pro bono. So if anyone watching this knows who they are. Okay, so it appears that we have the social media police doorstepping somebody for social media posts. This appears to be in relation to a child and visiting them at their own home, both of which aggravate the situation from my perspective. And I would be very interested for the lady who filmed this video to contact me, because I'd be very interested to see what the police have to say about this. Obviously pro bono, so if anyone watching this knows who they are, ping them a message, get them to contact me, my details are below. And for that matter, I'd like to spend a lot more of my time doing pro bono work on cases like these. So if you do me the favor of subscribing to my channels here, it's free, there's a big subscribe button below, I'll link my other channels below as well, and I'd like to spend my time doing this because these are absolutely ridiculous. But I will also do a couple of caveats to this video because I know lots of you have asked me about this by email, on X posts and so on. The caveats are these. Firstly, this appears to be a real video, not AI generated, so I reserve the position to change that if that turns out to be AI generated, but I don't think it is. Secondly, there appear to be bits that are clipped out of this video, so it doesn't necessarily give 100%. And finally, this is not intended to be legal advice either to the people in this video or anyone in a similar situation, because if I'm not sitting down with you and I have all of the facts and I ask you questions and so on, then I can't give you legal advice. That should be clear by now, over 2,500. Videos, but I say it nonetheless. With that in mind, let's take a look at this video. I will be stopping it part way along the way because there are things that I don't agree with, obviously. But first of all, let's take a look at it and we'll tear it apart.
Okay, what was it?
Sorry, I don't like the camera. You can have my body cam. I can exhibit that to you. I just don't.
Pausing straight away. Officer says, "I'm sorry, I don't like the camera. You can have my body cam. I will exhibit that for you." So let's break that down. First of all, she says, "I don't like the camera." Well, tough. You can film the police, especially if you're in your own home. There is absolutely no reason you cannot film this interaction, not least of which is a contemporaneous record of what happened, what was said, and exactly how it unfolded. Which is also why I made the caveat, because there are bits that are snipped out. There might be privacy concerns there, or there might be bits that they don't want us to see. So that's why I make the caveat. We don't see the bits that are snipped out, or appear to be snipped out. But filming it is generally not a problem. Unless you're outside and you're filming some event or whatever and it's going to cause some issue of privacy, and that's a completely different story. This is not the case. If the person's in their own home, they are perfectly entitled to film. Secondly, the officer says, "You can have my body cam, I can exhibit that for you." Well, first of all, you are entitled to a copy of that video by making a subject access request, because you have the right to access any data that captures you. And if the officer films you with their body-worn camera, you can absolutely file a subject access request and obtain a copy of that video. There are no third parties likely to be in this video, so there's no likely to have any privacy concerns. So, but exhibit it, the officer's mixing her words here. Exhibit it to what? There is no court case yet so far as we're understanding it. So that would just be a simple request for the video and they should hand it over. So wrong on the first count for not liking the filming, and wrong on the second count in that it's not an exhibit to anything. You're entitled to a copy of the body-worn footage. Let's watch on.
Camera, really.
Okay, well, I'm doing this because this is my own house and I am telling you why I'm doing it. So I just need to know why would she's basically viewed a post which is not an arrestable offence.
Yeah. That's been,
okay.
It happened in May and you're completely fine. The only thing is we need to seize the phone at this current moment.
Okay.
So you can see there's little bits that appear to be snipped out. I couldn't find the original full version video, if there is one. I can just find lots and lots of examples of this one. All I can determine from that is that something about the child viewing a social media post and the officers wanted to seize the phone. So dealing with those in turn, unless the post is something to do with terrorism and downloading materials for terrorism, which might be a terrorism offence, which would be an indictable offence, and then they could force entry to the property for the purposes of arrest, and they'd have a general power to seize something. But I don't think we're quite there with that. But let's watch on regardless. I'll come to the law in just a minute.
Yeah.
The phone needs to get seized from us, otherwise we will escalate this further. So
But with a voluntary interview.
So have you seized anyone else? Is she the only child you're picking on?
Voluntary interview, you'd be able to come
Have
in
you
with your
spoken
daughter
to
and
anyone
the duty
else?
solicitor,
No, we'll
because
we'll
there's
come
no
to the
arrest.
station now.
Do you mind letting her finish her sentence before
Yeah.
It does have to get further escalation, unfortunately.
That's fine. We'll come to the
No,
station now.
you're not under.
The phone isn't seized right now.
So you can see from the bits that are snipped out there, it's not really clear what's being said here. They are saying something, the officers are saying something about a voluntary interview, but then it sort of gets snipped out, and the lady says, we will come to the station, and they seem to say, no, you don't understand. So it's hard to say, but I think broadly it seems like the officers don't understand, because if they're inviting them for a voluntary interview, then fine, arrange the voluntary interview. And then all of it would need to be a PACE compliant interview, meaning you've got the right to free legal advice, you've got the right to examine the PACE codes and so on, all of these sort of things. So it would have to be a fully PACE compliant interview, even if it's voluntary. But it appears that they are leveraging the threat of an interview and escalation to seize the phone, which it appears that there's no real power to do. But I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. Now, you'll have probably realized from the news just recently that there's an alarming increase in the number of people that are looking to find or even steal private information or online activity about another person with malicious or nefarious intent. They want to use this against them. There's also an increase in the number of scam and hack attempts across the board on a number of different devices, with software being updated virtually every week. That is why I can wholeheartedly recommend to you NordVPN, which can help not only to keep you anonymous, but also to protect your devices from hack and scam attempts when you use them online. And NordVPN will protect all your devices by scanning for malicious websites, malicious downloads, all whilst providing you an ultra-fast connection with a dedicated anonymous IP address. address, and also scan the internet for any data breaches that you might need to be aware of. And as they are a partner to my channels here, I can get you a great discount, which is 4 months extra free off the service they provide with a 30-day money-back guarantee using the code BBB on screen and in the description below.